Hello guys and welcome to part 5 of making a cartoon ninja in Blender. Okay, so everything is good from where we've left it off before. Um, yeah, we need to paint a map for this that we can use within Node Editor to add some procedural effects. So I've got my own setups here for my viewport. You can just change yours if you want, you don't have to. Just have a UV image editor here and a 3D view with only render enabled, like here in the display, only render like that, which I'd later change to texture or material mode so that I can see what's happening while I'm doing it here. Okay, so first thing we need to do is add a material for the guy. Um, let's just name this Ninja. And yeah, we want to paint. So we're gonna go into texture paint like that. And as you'll see, everything is white. We've got all our UVs up in here. The first thing you do now in Blender is come to missing data, add a paint slot, and we want a diffuse color. So now we've got to think how much resolution we want. So I'm just gonna make it a 4K, I mean a 2K, sorry. So 248 by 248, and everything can stay. We won't need an alpha for this. So yeah, Ninja diffuse color, that's perfect. And yeah, as you'll see, everything will go black. What I like to do is go into edit mode like this, and I'm gonna decide what's happening where. So I do have a reference image here that I'm gonna use just for some coloring schemes and stuff like that. So yeah, my main body is gonna be blue, so I'm gonna select the part that I don't want to be blue and then invert the selection quickly. So I don't want the face to be blue at all, so we're going into face here, and let's just hide the eyes for now. So this is just the best way I know of texturing in Blender, or sorry, not texturing in Blender, texture painting in Blender. So you see we've got some loose vertexes selected here once again. Super annoying that happens. So yeah, it looks like we've got everything selected here. That's perfect. We want the whole face here, and yeah, just up to there, because the next parts will be the suit. So we want that not to be blue, and we want the zip area not to be blue over here. So I'm gonna grab this edge loop here, this edge loop, and this edge loop. Should be all. And then I'm gonna grab these faces up here, and there should be one more just here. Cool, so there we've got our zip and we've got our face, which we don't want blue. And then here by the shoe, we want that. So let's just hit period key, because things are, the zooming is a bit weird. How am I gonna fix this? Okay. Is there one missing? What's happening with you here? I think I have some faces missing there. But we'll come back for this part since I'm battling here like a noob. Let's grab this and I want these little mini faces here, and here we can see them as well. Actually, I think just like that. That should be perfect. Somehow my zoom is working. That's great. Okay, so we want that part to be white, and I want this whole bump here to kind of be white too. So I'm just gonna grab all of this here, and it's gonna go up to that crease that I made before. So it's gonna be there and there, and it should be this as well. Yeah. So all that's gonna be white. So yeah, that's good, and we'll do exactly the same thing on these extrusions we made, just to add extra details. Okay, so we got everything that shouldn't be blue. I'm gonna hit Control I, and that inverts it. Then I'm gonna press Tab, and it's gonna go back to the texture paint, and I'm gonna hit this thing here. Okay, so now if I'm correct, should have brush here. I want to move the brush right to the top. I want to remove this. I want the color palette by the brush, and yeah, symmetry, whatever. So for the brush now I want the full, and here by the color palette, and we're just gonna do this. We've got a palette here, and yeah, every time we choose a color, we'll save it so that we can use it later. So I want to kind of, I don't know, blue like that maybe, yeah, a bit like that, and let's see what happens now. Okay, so I actually want it a bit lighter than that, so just go slightly lighter. Okay, I don't like that, so we're gonna go somewhere. There should be options, project paints. I want it to bleed more, like, I don't know, bleed properly. And then I still want this slightly lighter. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's lighter, but it's saturated. I don't want it saturated, so let's lighten it up by doing that. Okay, anyway, that's fine. Let's save this as a color slot. Cool. So we've got our main blue here. I saw some whites here. I don't know why it seemed to. There it is. Okay, that seems to be related to my bleeding still not being good. So I'm gonna undo this one more time, and I want to go back to the bleeding and see if I can make this even more. Let's have a look at this now. I'm even gonna bleed it more than that. Options, let's bleed this at 64. And where I'm looking is in my UV editor here, and yeah, you see now it's passing. Yeah, you see still not even everything it should. Um, the problem is it looks like it's even bleeding inwards, where it's super weird that Blender does things like that, because another software would bleed it but avoid bleeding like the mask parts. You see what I mean? It would bleed outwards. Anyway, I'd like to still bleed a little bit more. I don't like having this gaps here. As you can see, it creates this kind of effect. We can fix that actually. Okay, you know what? You see what the bleeding does that much? It's not good. So I'm just gonna bleed it normally, 16, and do that. That's fine, and we'll fix those problems with hand painting. So now let's go back into edit mode. Um, we want to invert this, and this time let's start with the face. No, let's start with the shoe. Let's start with the shoe. So we deselected all of that. Have to be in wireframe, otherwise you're not going to get everything. Otherwise everything else seems good. Let's just double check. Cool. Now we need to, yeah, so now all this is masked because you can see the wireframe and the shoe isn't. So in with this I want a form of white. So let's just see what that does, and let's pull that. So that's gray, and yeah, of course our bleeding caught up on that part. So let's grab black quickly here, and textural, no, black. Just wanna, we've got the strength here, it needs to be on 1. Just wanna fix up this shit here, and then we can go back to this white again. Now that the strength's full, and we go on full mask, make sure the strength's full, put it on white, and bam. Okay, so once again, that's related to the bleeding. That's fucking helicopter. Sorry, that's why I don't really like using Blender for texturing, but anyway, we've got our white shoes there. It's a bit shockingly white, but we'll come and edit that later. We're gonna edit a lot here actually. Yeah, so let's go back into edit mode now. Let's grab the zip here, like so. Go back out of edit mode, and we want this to be a kind of gray, so I'll just do that and hit it with gray. Cool. Sorry, just waiting for the helicopter. Wow. Really sorry about that. I could even feel the wind coming through my window. Okay, so yeah, so now we're back here in by the eyes, and I wanna, not the eyes, the face actually, because I want to give this a kind of base skin, or try to. So I just want to make sure I didn't capture anything else with that tool. So now it looks like we just got the face here, that's perfect, and now it's just about trying to get a decent looking skin color. And And yeah, like a dumbass, I didn't save the gray as a color palette, but it's okay. Let's test this skin and see what it does. So that's not bad for skin, I think, the base of the skin. So I'm gonna save this one, not like a dumbass. And yeah, now we can do this and unselect that, and yeah, we've got our base texture here. Obviously this is not all. We're gonna immediately now start to paint some variants and add some details. For myself, I use a drawing tablet. I just want to see how much time we've been recording. Okay, 15 minutes. So I use a drawing tablet, but you don't need to use a drawing tablet. And anyway, now I want to grab this blue here, and without touching anything of it, I want to make it darker like that. And I'm going to change my brush now to text raw. Sorry, do all that again into blue. I want my strength now to be let's say 0.3 to start with. Mixing is fine, and yeah, now it's just to paint a bit, and all I'm gonna do is like fake a kind of ambient occlusion. Sorry guys, I'm dumb. I shouldn't have put it on mix. It should be add, not add. Let's see, multiply. Yeah, multiply seems okay. So another thing to keep in mind with Blender, it's terrible painting tools. Just wanna make sure I've got symmetry here. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, it does. Yeah. Blender is got terrible painting tools, whether it's texture or vertex painting. Um, for the moment, I know in the latest build of 2.7, they kind of tried to fix the vertex painting, so it might be a bit better. I'm really not sure. So anyway, I'm not gonna go too crazy with this here. It's most likely not even gonna look that great. But yeah, I'm just trying to show you guys a decent workflow for something like this. So I think if I hit numpad now, sorry, not numpad, shit. Numpad takes me like into the object like it's a character. I mean like it's a camera. It's just rotates around the view. So this isn't perfect. Can spend much more time making this look much better than my rushing job here, but anyway, it's just to get the point across of how something like this would be done. Oof. Okay, so what happened here? So fingers have like different shades or something. You see how Blender paints? It's not very nice. I think this has to do with my bleeding at the moment. So I think if I go here and set this to like 2 or something, yeah, so that's a bit better. I can just do something like that. Okay, so weird looking painting here. I think that's related to my seams actually, which are things that can be avoided and fixed within the texture painting here. But anyway, this is just a quick rough shading kind of. Okay, so here we've got my weird, funny looking shading almost completed. Just I'm gonna do something like that. And maybe just the same thing up here. Something like this, and maybe just finally just a darker patch here where the ears chilling. Something like that. Why not finish it off with a kind of and then we can go to the tools here, change it to like a soften brush, and yeah, why are you working so slow? Okay, so this tool sucks, and I've got a feeling it's going to crash Blender. So maybe if I go into smear, what if I just hit shift here? Yeah, shift seems to do the trick as well, kind of slightly just blurring certain parts. Especially here, I want to blur this quite a bit. But I think here I'm going to kind of smear it. Okay, I want to avoid touching the skin with this part. Kind of smear this out like that. So yeah, we're just kind of smearing this around, trying to kind of blend it in a bit. Once again, this is something you can really spend a lot of time with and make it look really nice, like here you've got a kind of seam where I painted, so I'll just take that away and just smear this around here especially as well. It looks a bit funky. And I'll just grab that one side, so let's just rub that in here and do the same here. Just pull it sideways very nicely, and here we can do the same thing. Fix some of the shit. Okay, as you can see, we grabbed some of the white there and started smearing that too, which is not what we wanted. Over here, I'm gonna smear smooth, smear smooth, kind of pull the blue back into where this white is. We'll kind of smooth this jaggedness, which is not just caused by the bleeding, but as well the resolution this part is taking within the UV editor. I can demonstrate that by showing you the white parts. They're really small, meaning they don't have much resolution, and yeah, that kind of causes this jagged, pixelated look. But as you can see, you can really fix that like really nicely if you take your time and do it well. Yeah, other than that, there's one place here I'd like to add the dark blue, just here around the wrist area of the glove. And obviously I'm gonna come back with the smear and just pull that around in there, something like that. Okay, so that's enough fiddling with it for me. With the zip area as well, you could come and texture paint that yourself. I mean, go into texture draw, grab a dark here, take a really small brush and literally just kind of paint this weird, what would be a zip shape or something. You see what I mean? Take your time, draw a pattern there, and yeah, you'd have a kind of effect that there should be a zip there. Otherwise, the only other adjustment I think I'm going to make here is just slightly on the face. So grab the face and just darken it a bit, and yeah, with this I want it to be even 0.2, and I don't want this to be affected. The strength could be, I mean the radius could be affected, that's fine. And okay, so that's super dark, even with the strength really low, let's say 0.05, see what that does. So that's a bit better. That's what I wanted actually. Yeah, it's just adding some details in here, and God knows you always have to have this kind of shit here that happened somewhere along the line. We'll come and fix that out now. Just finish this part off here. Maybe on the inside we can kind of darken things up too. It's just to give a bit more detail, you know. Okay, So let's just fix this area quickly, and the way we can do that is by just having this like that, putting the strength up to 1, and let's just paint this. It shouldn't be on multiply. Let's just fix this area here, and all that blue gone. Okay, and then we can come back with the dark on a very low strength, 0.05, and just kind of work that dark back slowly. Maybe in this case we want 0.1, just a bit more to work with. Okay, and then we grab the smear and just kind of fix this part a bit better, bring the dark in from that area. I just want to do this to try and remove the big creases we getting between the colors, so from dark to light. And once this crease is kind of faded, we can just come with a dark shade again and kind of brush over that. I don't know, it's not perfect. We'll just come with another lighter one and kind of fix that up again. Smooth it out. Lighten it up some more. Smooth it out again and just, you know, fix that kind of problem we created. So that looks a bit better for me. I'm just gonna come and lightly go over some of these dark areas again, you know, kind of bringing them back, fading them back in with the lights. This is nothing serious at all. It's really basic. And here again, we're grabbing this smear and kind of smearing things together, smoothing it out, still giving them this kind of half dirty looking skin texture, you know. And yeah, now finally we can just maybe add something else here, give them some, so let's go brownish red, get a bit darker, strength to, let's say, 0.5. Really bring the brush size down, and let's change our draw mode. Where do we do this? Brush, accumulates, curve, where would this be? Ah, that's so annoying. Anyway, let's just do this by hand. Now we can turn symmetry off and turn this off, and okay, I said symmetry. Ah, okay, that's true. So we're not gonna make any freckles finally. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna leave it except darkening the shoe. Right, about the shoe darkening. Bring that down and let's do this. Okay, something is happening here. So yeah, I'm not gonna go and just draw strokes. I'm kind of making dots every here and there to blend between darks and light spots. Yeah, you don't need to do it this way. It's most likely not even the best way to do it, but just doing it this way. Um, and yeah, we can just come and do the exact same thing here. So this tutorial's been about 35 minutes now. We've got the main texture completed. We just need to do the eyes, which I don't know where they are. Um, First things first, just hover over here, hit F3, and just save this. Compress it completely. Yeah, and save. Just we don't want to lose this image, so we save that out. Just hit F here, make sure it saves in, and yeah. Now we can go into object mode. I don't know where my eyes went to. Oh, there they are. And normally, if we go into texture here, he looks quite nice. So I'd like to texture the eyes with you guys, but I'm worried that the tutorials are being a bit long. So I'm gonna stop this one here. We'll quickly texture the eyes in the next one and set up materials in the node editor. And yeah, we won't do too much in the node editor since time is of the essence. We'll just set it up in the node editor, add some specularity, maybe slight bump, and then we'll proceed to the rigging process. So I hope you guys are finding this useful. If you're enjoying this, please subscribe and hit a like. It would be great. And see you guys with part 6.